What's up everybody? This is Chernil and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Curious ka ba kung ano-ano nga ba ang mga tinatanong na questions during the interview? At ano nga bang pwede natin gawin para ma-overcome natin at masagutan ang mga questions na ibibigay sa atin during interview? Ngayon, kung gusto mong malaman ang sagot, keep on watching.
I like me better when I'm with you.
So this video is all about how to answer the questions during the interview for the upcoming Deped ranking for the Teacher 1 positions. So guys, madali lang naman ang interview kasi most of the time, ang questions natin ay real life at saka situational. Bale, aasahan mo dyan yung iyong teaching experience. Kung wala kang teaching experience, yung ibang questions naman ay technical. Pwede siyang kunin sa mga inaral mo nung college, pero parang hindi naman ako naniniwalang wala kang experience kasi lahat naman tayo na mga teachers ay dumaan ng pre-service training, so experience pa rin yun. So kung hindi mo natatandaan kung ano yung nangyari sa pre-service training mo, hindi ko alam sa'yo, nagka-amnesia ka, nagka-amnesia ka. So kung ang gusto mo lang naman malaman ang lahat ng most common questions na binibigay during the interview, then you're not doing enough. Kasi parang ang babaw lang naman ng gusto mong malaman tungkol sa mga questions. Para lang naman kasi ito sa mga gusto talagang malaman kung paano atakihin ang mga interview questions ng mas madali at mas tamang sagot talaga, as in tumpak, ganun talaga, besh. So huwag kayong aalis dyan, magdala kayo ng merienda habang nanonood para makikain ako, charot. Kasi medyo mahaba-haba tong video na to kasi ibibigay natin yung mga most common questions na pwedeng ibigay sa inyo during the interview. Sa interview, meron kang dalawang aasahan. Number 1, yung utak mo. Kung ano na ba yung laman ng utak mo when it comes to teaching. And yung number 2, yung puso mo. Ano nga ba yung instinct mo? Ano nga ba yung emotions na pwede mong i-insert pag sumagot ka na ng questions sa interview. Kasi pag puso na, parang dito na lumalabas yung pagiging teacher mo, yung pagiging natural mo bilang isang teacher. Na without thinking, parang alam mo na din yung gagawin kapag in-expose ka sa mga situations na ibibigay sa'yo ng interviewer during the interview. So guys, always remember that a question is like a puzzle and lahat naman ng puzzles ay mayroong solution, di ba? So parang ganun siya sa questions. Yung groups of words that compose the question, meron doong important words na dapat mong hahanapin para masagot mo yung questions na maayos. At yan ay tinatawag na tama! Keywords ang tawag doon! Yay! O yan, meron ka nang nalalaman. Ang tawag dun guys ay keywords. And always remember that the keyword is the most important word inside the question. Most important word or most important words na nasa loob ng question na kapag nalaman mo or nahanap mo kung sino ang keywords sa question, for sure malalaman mo din kung ano yung eksaktong sagot na hinahanap ng interviewer mo. And aside nga pala sa mga keywords, kung ang questions ay humihingi ng personal experiences, kasi syempre, i-share mo yung mga personal experiences mo na pwede mong i-apply doon sa situations na indicate doon sa questions na binigay ng interviewer. So, syempre, kayo na nga sinasabi ko nga, puso. I-share mo na doon yung mga napagdaanan mo na sa teaching experiences mo before. Kaya, kung marami kang ng teaching experiences before or kung marami kang natatandaan na experiences mo nung practice teaching mo, then mas maswerte ka. So today guys, ang gagawin natin, ibibigay ko sa inyo ang lahat ng most common questions na meron ako during the interview. And then, ang gagawin ko, ilalagay ko sa baba ng screen ang mga keywords. Then sasabihin ko din ang mga answers na pwede nyong gamitin or pwede nyong punan ng ideas kung sakaling similar ang questions na ibibigay sa inyo ng interviewer. Di ba? Swerte ang generous. Pero bago muna tayo mag-start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me talaga. Diyos ko, malapit na ako mag 100 subscribers. Yay! At i-hit din ang notification bell para updated ka sa mga bago kong videos every week. Di ba, Pesh? Di ba? Question number 1. There are 3 things in order to become a good teacher. Number 1, attitude. Number 2, skills. And number 3, knowledge. If you were able to rank them, being 1 the highest and 3 the lowest, how would you rank them and why? So if I were to rank attitude, skill, and knowledge from highest to lowest, I would rank attitude as the highest because when you have attitude, you have perseverance, you have hard work, and you have discipline. And when you have these 3 things, you know that you have what it takes to learn new things about everything. You are open to new things that could help you and help other people. So if you have this attitude, then you can gain knowledge because if you're ready to open to learn new things, then you'll acquire new things. And then you'll acquire knowledge. And then if you have attitude and then knowledge, then lastly, you'll have the skills. Because if you have the knowledge already, then how will you know that you learned from it without applying it to certain situations? So I think skill is a result from having knowledge, and knowledge is a result from having attitude. Question number 2. What is your reason for application? I applied in Deped because I think Deped will serve as a greener pasture for me, and I think Deped will help me grow economically, and I would also like to teach underprivileged children who can get support fully, and I would like to teach them so that they could be 21st century learners and they could become globally competitive citizens, and they can compete with other pupils who are given full support just like pupils from private schools. Question number 3 ay galing sa isang Facebook user na si Sir Rainren Tenedo Medanilla na gusto lang talagang tumulong at nag-impart din siya ng interview question na siguro baka ginamit sa kanya nung interview time niya siguro nung siya ay nagparang. So thank you talaga, sir. So ito yung question. If my teaching experience daw, what is the most difficult thing or challenge you have encountered and what did you do to resolve it? As a teacher, I think the most difficult thing or challenge that I had encountered in the classroom is having a very diverse group of learners inside the classroom. I think having diverse group of learners is hard because they have different cultural backgrounds, they have different religions, and they have different understandings of life. So in order for me to overcome it, I tried to understand the perception of each and every learner, and I also integrated differentiated instruction when I teach so that all of these learners cooperate with me and they also cooperate with one another. Question number 4. What is an efficient and effective teacher? For me, an efficient teacher is a teacher who has a vast amount of knowledge and skills that he or she can impart to his or her learners. And I think an effective teacher is a teacher who can transform learners into becoming better persons in the society. For me, an efficient teacher is somebody who can mold the mind of a learner so that the learner can be more knowledgeable about new things. But an effective teacher can transform the heart and can transform the whole being with his behavior so that he or she can become better persons in the society. Question number 5. If you are a grade 1 teacher and your school head required you to have your pupils become book readers by the end of the school year, what are the 3 factors that you should always consider and why? I am a grade 1 teacher. I would always consider prior knowledge, time management, and parent involvement as the 3 factors that would help me teach grade 1 pupils to become book readers by the end of the school year. Number 1, I would like to know whether the pupils are ready in reading, whether they have already ideas about reading. So if they're not ready about reading, then I could provide strategies and techniques so that I can teach them how to read. Number 2, I would like also to have time management because I think I have to manage my time effectively because there are a lot of things to teach also aside from reading. So it would challenge me how to make my time work inside the school hours and to provide my pupils lessons about reading. And the number 3, I would like also to know whether the parents are ready to teach my grade 1 pupils how to read when they're not inside the school, because I can teach them alone. I think if they were able to cooperate with me, then I can assure my school head that by the end of the school year, my grade 1 pupils were book readers already. Question number 6. What can you contribute to the upliftment of education in the countryside? As a teacher, I think I can uplift the education in the countryside simply by exposing those children in the countryside with things that are used in urban areas so that they can become globally competitive as well. And I think I could also use ICT integration in my lesson plans so that these children will have ideas on how to work with the gadgets that are used in the urban areas. And then I think with this in mind, the learners from this countryside will have also a better chance of being successful when they graduate. Question number 7. How would you manage children's attitude or behavior from remote areas with low lifestyle and low status in life? I think I can manage the children's attitude or behavior simply by making rules and regulations inside the classroom and then reinforcing these rules and regulations so that these rules could be implanted into their minds and they will always remember them even when they're not inside the class. I think we should always remember that when we are giving rules and regulations, we should always give them love and the care and the support, because living in this kind of areas is not easy. So the children should have somebody who can understand them and show love and tenderness. Question number 8. If you're hired, what are those things you have to do for the better of the institution and of the learners you are going to teach? If I am hired as a Deped teacher, I would like to focus on the children first, because I believe the children are the product, or it's gonna be the product of the education system, the Deped. And I think if the children are well taught, then we will have a better chance of a lot of better persons in the society, and we'll have a better chance of having people supporting one another. Question number 9. Do you think you can be an asset to our school? I think I can be an asset to your school simply because I have the discipline and I have the perseverance, and I also have this passion in teaching, because I would like to teach the children, especially the underprivileged children who are deprived from learning what they really need to know so that they can become good members in the society. If you will give me a chance to be hired in your school, I think I can give them enough learning and enough support so that they can grow into the potentials they can be. Question number 10. How important is motivation in a lesson? I think motivation is important in a lesson because the motivation catches the attention of the learners. And according to Thorndike, according to his law of readiness, a pupil or a learner can learn new things when he or she is ready to learn. With that in mind, we can have a better chance of teaching pupils and students and instilling them the knowledge that they need to learn. Question number 11. Where do you want to be assigned? If I'm able to choose where can I be assigned, I would like to choose a school where my house is near that school. So when an emergency arises inside the school, then I can go to that school immediately, and then if an emergency arises in my home, then I can get home immediately also. And I would like also to teach children, and at the same time, I would like also to be near my family as well. Question number 12. Why did you decide to become a teacher? I decided to become a teacher simply because I had this calling when I am at an early age. I want to teach children how to read, write, and count, and I would like them to grow into successful persons when they grow up, and I would like also to teach them unconditionally and show them support and the love that they need. Question number 13. What type of classroom management structure would you implement if you were hired? If I am hired as a Deped teacher, I would like to promote a non-violent and child-friendly classroom management because I believe that punishing children will not help them grow externally and internally. I would like to promote positive reinforcement, positive teaching, and helping them resolve their problems without hurting anybody. And I would also like to promote letting the students create their own rules and regulations with my guidance so that I could understand what do they expect from me and what do they expect from themselves and their classmates when they're already inside the classroom. Question number 14. How would you deal with a student who is habitually late? If a child comes to school late on a regular basis, I think the first thing that I will have to do is to talk to the child so that I can know the cause on why he or she is coming to school late. And then after what he or she might say, I think I will share it to my supervisor or my principal to know the best approach on how to solve the problem. Question number 15. How would you engage a reluctant student? If a child is reluctant in engaging in a specific activity, I think the first thing that I would like to do is integrate and recall my experience in working with different types of learners inside the classroom. And I could also adjust my teaching strategy so that that type of learner can be comfortable with what I teach. And in that way, he or she can be cooperative with his or her classmates in the future. Question number 16. What would you say to an angry parent about their child's grade? If I have a parent that is upset about his or her child's grade, the first thing that I would like to do is to have a meeting with that parent, and I would like to show evidence that supporting that the child is not doing well inside the school. I would also like to brainstorm with that parent so that we can find ways on how to teach his or her child to perform better during assessments. Question number 17. If you notice a child being bullied in your class, how would you deal with the situation? For me as a teacher, the first important thing that you have to do during the beginning of the school year is to make rules together with the pupils. I would like to let them create their own rules and regulations with my guidance so that they can understand how to make rules together and what to expect from one another. I would also like to promote anti-bullying whenever it is needed in a lesson. And if I see somebody who is bullying his or her own classmate, I would like to talk to them separately and find ways, positive ways on how to solve that and learning to deal and live with one another without hurting anybody. And number 18. Why did you choose to be a teacher? I chose to be a teacher simply because I have this passion in teaching children, and I would also like to impart knowledge and skills to them so that they can use it to become better persons in the society. And I would also like them to grow into the full potentials that they can be. And it makes me happy to see pupils that are doing really, really well. And it is my happiness to see my pupils learning from me. So yun guys, medyo madami-dami na din yung mga questions na yun. Kung nabitin kayo sa mga questions natin, meron pa akong mga listahan ng mga questions na ilalagay after nitong video na to. So, kung sa tingin mo helpful tong video na to, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. At kung hindi ka pa member ng aking bagong YouTube family, huwag mo kalimutang mag-subscribe dito sa aking channel at i-hit ang notification bell. It would mean so much to me kasi malapit ako mag 100 subscribers. So, this is Cherniel. Bye!